This week on 49ers Sac-Hi Sports, we have the highlights from all 11 section title games played this week. In baseball, you'll see the marathon between Sutter and Bradshaw Christian. You'll also see Whitney go for its second straight Division I title against Franklin and the Division II championship game with Rio Americano and Granite Bay.
We'll have highlights from section semifinal and championship games in softball with Pleasant Grove and Indercom and Oak Ridge and Granite Bay. Plus, you'll meet this week's inspirational athlete, Jesse Miller, the Paralympic swimmer from Lincoln. 49ers Sac-Hi Sports starts right now.
Welcome to 49ers Sac-Hi Sports. I'm Aubrey Tolliver.
And I'm Robert Braunstein. One of our most exciting shows of the year as we bring you every title game in the Sac-Joaquin section in both baseball and softball. We start with the Division V baseball game. Sutter is the section newcomers, earning the top seed in Division V. Jagger Beck gets the start in the big game. He's 9-1 on the year with a .80 ERA.
Bradshaw Christian is the second seed and the reigning Division V champs. Micah Nicholson is batting .500 on the year with 7 home runs and 48 RBI. The junior will look to help the Pride bring home the program's 7th title. The game played Tuesday night at Sacramento City College.
Brian Mueller here at the D5 final at Sac City. Bradshaw Christian trying to make it back-to-back titles as they face top seed Sutter. And the Pride's big game experience showing up right from the start. Micah Nicholson strokes this over short. David Weiser scores, and the Pride are roaring up 1-0. Then Alex Krosno just squeezes this through the infield. In comes Nicholson, and BC has a 2-0 lead. Weiser also on the hill for the Pride, and he was throwing up zeros left and right. Gets a K here to end the third. Sutter's ace, Jagger Beck, was near flawless after the first. Here's one of his 9 strikeouts to conclude the Pride's 4th. One of his rare mistakes, a wild pitch in the 6th that ups BC's lead to 3-0. Bottom 6, a runner on for Andrew Hansen. He hits a gapper to left center. Logan Yakovich scores to make it 3-1. 2 on now for Rylan Giovanoni. He pulls this one fair down the left field line. 1 run is in. The tying run scores as well, and the Huskies have drawn even 3-3 in the 6th. This game would go to extras. Both teams would turn to their pens. Yakovich was throwing smoke, a K for him in the 8th. Bottom 8, the Huskies have the winning run on second. Nicholson solid in relief as well, though, ending the threat with a punch-out. 10th inning, Yakovich has thrown 6 innings all year. He's in his 4th inning of relief this game and still going strong. Bottom 11, Sutter with the bases loaded and 2 out, but Nicholson gets the ground ball and Jackson Takahashi calmly gets the out at first. What do you say we go to the 13th? The Pride have a runner on first, nobody out, but Jack Munger starts the rally-killing double play with the catch and double off first. Bottom 13, Sutter with 2 on. Jordan Lee laying down a bunt. The Pride going for the out at first, but it gets away. Here comes Giovanoni, and he ends this nearly 4-hour game. Sutter wins a classic 4-3 the final to take the D5 title.
Just goosebumps, dude. My hair on my neck coming up, I was just thinking slide on home so you don't miss home plate, and then we just celebrated. It's just so real. They were a great team. They competed with us.
Out to Union Stadium, Sacramento City College hosting the Division IV Finals, Oakmont in the blue, Woodland in black. Top of 1, Oakmont not wasting any time. It's like they came off the bus swinging. 2-1 for Tony Lira, and he just mashes this one. It could be, it might be. It's off the wall for a double. 2 Vikings come in to score 2-0. In the second, Woodland with the runner on first. Catcher Bo Ogles comes out throwing from his stance, whipping it down to Lira for the tag, and Ogles gets the pick off. And a few batters later, it's Kurt, my favorite, Martin with the punch out to end the inning. Oakmont looked as strong so far. In the third, Oakmont looking for more. Jaden Perkins hits a high chopper to short. That buys Cooper Cunhas enough time to score from third, 3-0. Base is still loaded for Aiden Dringenberg. Hard grounder that gets into the outfield. Lira scores, and it's 4-0 Vikings. That brings up Casey Tibbetts, and he's got the base loaded as well. Tibbetts delivers a hit him where they ain't attitude, and well, they ain't playing down the left field line. Woodland giving chase. 1 run will score, 2 runs will score. Dringenberg motored around the bases, and he's in. 7-0 Vikings, and it's a 5-run third for Oakmont. To the fourth we go. Cunha's on third for Oakmont. Reyes steps up, and the senior drills the pitch into left for a single. That scores another Oakmont run. 8-0 we go. It's Kurt Martin taking a no-hitter into the fourth, and thanks to plays like this by Cunha running down balls that had extra bases written all over them, Kurt would later give up a hit in the same inning. So let's load them back up in the fifth for Senior Reyes, who once again delivers a single up the middle for 2 more Oakmont runs. And then Oakmont gets the final out of the game as they storm the field with joy and excitement as the Oakmont Vikings take the D4 title, winning 10-0 in 5 innings. And Coach Paul Martinez wins another section banner. It's the 5th since 1980 for the school.
I love all these guys. We're going to go out next week and still compete. But right now, we're going to celebrate this. Yeah! Go! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Get some! Let's go!
Nick Pecoraro here with SFL rivals battling for a trip to the Division I section final, Oak Ridge at Granite Bay. Top 1 runners on for freshman Brooklyn Parator. She shoots one the other way. That scores them both. And the next batter is another freshman, Sam Alekman. She ropes a double into the gap. Another run comes in, and the Trojans lead 3-0 after a half inning. But the Grizzlies respond swiftly in the bottom half as Lily Nunez drives a single to right. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. And Granite Bay makes it 3-2 after the first. We go to the third, a runner on again for Brooklyn Parator. The Trojan freshman goes up the middle to score Carly Short from second, and 2 batters later, it's Carmen Montes de Oca. She gives this ball a ride, but GB left fielder Brooklyn Blom makes a nice catch at the wall. Brooklyn's all over the place in this game, but it's a sac fly, and the Trojans extend their lead to 5-2. Top 5 now, 1 out, bases juiced for Maddie Ridge, who dumps a single into left to score 1 more. The Trojans still aren't done as we skip to the 6th. Brooklyn's in the house. Parator with an RBI double. Alekman follows with her 4th hit of the day. The 2 Oak Ridge freshmen went 7 for 7 on Tuesday. But down 6 with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th, Granite Bay rallies. 1 run is already in when Lily Nunez clears the bases with this single. That makes it 8-6. And then freshman Sammy McCown follows with a double that one-hops the fence. GB seemed dead in the water, but all of a sudden the tying run is in scoring position. But Oak Ridge ace Ellison Schroeder gets the ground ball for the final out. An outstanding battle from Granite Bay in its final at bat, but Oak Ridge holds on and heads to the D1 section final, and they'll play the winner of this next game right here.
We just saw Oak Ridge punch a ticket to the D1 title game. The Trojans will play the winner of this semifinal game with Pleasant Grove and Intercom. Riley Trujillo leads off the top of the second with a base hit to right field. The 5th-seeded Tigers with a runner in scoring position, but Maddie Lawson eventually getting out of the inning, one of her 6 strikeouts there. Lawson is then up to bat with a runner on second, and she takes this pitch for a ride. It heads to the fence in center field. In comes Zoe Iverson. PG scores once more on a fielder's choice before Trujillo gets out of the inning with a backwards K. 2-0 PG, and the top-seeded Eagles are once again in the driver's seat. Runners on second and third for Iverson, and Zoe hits a no-doubter to left field. The 3-run shot is Zoe's 5th homer of the year, and it is 5-0 Pleasant Grove. Samantha Stahl steps into the circle in relief and goes 3 up, 3 down in the 4th, headed to the 5th inning. The score is 5-1 Eagles, 2 on for Stahl, and it is a grounder to the pitcher. Everyone is going to be safe. That loads them up, and with back-to-back walks, the score is now 5-3 with the go-ahead run at second base. 2 outs. Sophomore Emily Jacobus comes up to the plate, smacks a base hit to shallow right. Trujillo scores, so does Alexandra Jacques, and the Tigers put up a 5 spot. Thanks to the clutch hitting from Jacobus, they now lead at 6-5. Relief pitcher Alexa Lewis keeps it a 1-run game, getting the batter to strike out to end the inning. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Last chance for the Eagles. Shelby Steffen barrels a ball to the right center gap. A clutch piece of hitting from the juniors. The Eagles have the tying run in scoring position. But Samantha Stahl plays hero, throwing 4 2/3 innings of shutout softball, and Inderkum upsets the 1 seed to advance to the title game. Each week this season, Roseville Hyundai brings us the Players of the Week. Our first Player of the Week is Rob York from Turlock Christian. The Eagles beat Valley Christian in a best-of-3 series to earn a spot in the Division 7 title game. Rob went 4 for 4 at the plate with 7 RBI and 2 home runs. We will see the Eagles play in the section title game later on in the show.
Our second Roseville Hyundai Player of the Week is Jacqueline Lujan from the Orastimba softball team. The Warriors with the biggest upset of the postseason so far, beating top-seeded Sutter in the semifinals and then going on to win a Division 5 section title. Jacqueline threw 7 innings in the title game, giving up just 1 earned run and striking out 14. Jacqueline Lujan and Rob York, this week's Roseville Hyundai Players of the Week.
SMUD is leading the nation in clean power, so each week SMUD teaches us how we can save energy.
Here is this week's Clean Power City Tip, powered by SMUD.
Hi, my name is Jordan Love from Inderkum, and here's this week's Clean Power City Tip. Unplug your phone and other electronics when the battery reaches full charge to help control energy leaks. Chargers continue to use power as long as they're plugged in. SMUD is leading the nation in clean power. Learn more at cleanpowercity.org.
Coming up, our first SunPower Electric game, the Division I title game with Whitney and Franklin.
Then it's Leroy Green and Argonaut in the Division 6 finale. You are watching 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
Summer's in full swing. Remember, SMUD's peak hours are 5 to 8 p.m. weekdays when electricity use is the highest. Shift some of your electricity usage to mid and off-peak hours when it costs less and renewable energy is plentiful. It's good for your bill, protects the environment, and helps our community too. Let's work together to save energy this summer. Learn more at smud.org/time of day.
Commitment, performance, pride. Roseville Hyundai is thrilled to be the feature sponsor of this week's Sac-Hi Players of the Week. We take great pride in recognizing each of your accomplishments as part of our continued effort to support the community. Come see the electrifying new lineup at Roseville Hyundai. From EVs and hybrids to our fuel cell vehicle, Hyundai Nexo. We've got you covered. Claim yours today.
We are back at the NBC Sports Studio at Levi Stadium with our first SunPower Electric game. The Division I section title game is the Battle of the Wildcats. Whitney is the defending champions. They are also the 2nd seed this season.
The Franklin Wildcats earning the top seed. The team from Elk Grove has won 14 games in a row, making it to the title game. Our Mark Willis was at Sacramento City College Friday night for the Division I finale. It's our SunPower Electric game.
Electric game.
It's the Division I section finals. Last year's champion is the 2 seed, the Whitney Wildcats. They'll take on the top dog this year in Franklin Wildcats. Last year's Sac-Hi Sports Pitcher of the Year, Jace Gilmore, will take the ball. And this year's Sac-Hi Sports Pitcher of the Year is Nick Abraham, and he will go for Franklin. These 2 teams met back in early March as Franklin handed Whitney an 8-1 loss. I can guarantee you this, the Wildcats will be the section champion tonight. Which one? We'll have to find out for the SunPower Electric game. And there they are, the Franklin Wildcats, nice and loose before the championship game. But it was Whitney who came out nice and loose to start the game. 2-1 for Jonathan Vivek, who singles to right. Jack Jimenez scores from second base, and the Whitney Wildcats are on the board first. Luke Euler chops a bouncing ball towards second. Euler's able to beat it out, and on the play, Allen comes in to score from third. Whitney leads 2-0. Third inning now, runners on the corners for Franklin. Dylan Minity chops a slow roller to first. Vivek is able to make the out at 1, but on the play, Jordy Lopez comes in to score. Franklin's on the board. Then Derek Pham steps up and he drops a signal left. Nolan Stevens cruises on in to score. Game tied at 2. In the 4th, bases are loaded for Nolan Stevens, and the Franklin senior delivers a big blow to Whitney. Fair ball down the line. That's going to score 2 Wildcats, and Franklin leads 5-2. Then Franklin scores 1 more in the 4th as Pham grounds out to Jack Jimenez at second. On the play, Jordy Lopez comes in to score. It's a 4-run fourth for those Wildcats, and that's really all that Nick Abraham would need as the junior fireballer was dialed in after a rocky first. Here's a pretty sweet play by Jordy in the top of the 7th as he goes flying into the frame, making a diving catch, and that was all Franklin would need. Nick says put a ring on it, and after falling a game short in the title game last year, the Wildcats bounce back and are now the 2023 Division I section champs.
We've worked for it for a long time. Last year was a hard hit for us, and we came back, and we came strong. You know, we came out here, rough start for me, but my team picked me up, and we came out, and we just did what we were supposed to do.
You know, before the game, I was telling them we've been waiting for this moment since last year against McClatchy, and you know, this win wasn't just for us as a team, but it was for our families, our coaches, our alumni, everyone that's been waiting for us to get out here and win a section championship.
Don't be sorry, Nolan. You guys deserved it. And for the SunPower Electric Game, I'm Mark Willis, 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
It's all chalk in the D6 bracket with 2-seed Argonaut facing top seed Leroy Green. Brian Mueller here to see it at Islanders Park on Wednesday night. Bottom 1, Lions with runners on the corners. Tyson Bea serves this into left. That scores Corey Ramson to make it 1-0. The Mustangs now batting top 2. It's a swinging bunt. Eddie Ames all over it, turns and throws from the ground. Bea holds the bag and they get the out. One of the plays of the year right there. Bottom 3, Leroy Green with a runner on second. It's hit to short and the throw to first is off the mark. Lamont Buford Jr. can stroll home and LGA extends their lead. It's 2-0. But Argonaut would answer in the 4th, already a run in when the throw gets away. 2 runs score and suddenly the Mustangs have a 3-2 lead. To the 5th, after getting another run on a balk, Carson Bianchi keeps this fair down the right field line. Jack Rooney runs home and Argonaut is up 5-2. But the Lions answer quickly in the bottom half with runners on the corners. Drew Perry pummels this pitch to left center. Buford Jr. scores another run to make it 5-3. It's a 1-run game now after a wild pitch. Bea hits this ball in the air. That's good for a sac fly, and we're tied at 5. The Lions not done in the 5th. The grounder not fielded cleanly. Some great base running by John Gould, who never stops hustling, and he comes in with the go-ahead run for Leroy Green. But this game would have more plot twists than the Gillian Flynn novel. The Mustangs have them loaded with nobody out. Gould glove flips it to Isaiah McKee for the out at second, but Hunter Lynch is in with the tying run. We're once again knotted at 6. Then Bianchi with a professional at-bat in a clutch situation hits it deep to center, easily enough to score Ace Begovic, and we have yet another lead change with Argonaut up 7-6. Here comes Leroy Green again, bottom 6, second and third, some indecision on the grounder. It causes an errant throw that allows 2 Lions to score. Leroy takes the lead back 8-7. Then it's Bea coming up big again. You never know, he's a freshman, an RBI single to center, and some insurance for the Lions who take a 9-7 advantage into the 7th. But if you learn anything from this game, nothing comes easy. The Mustangs have the bases loaded with 1 out, sharply hit to short. Can they turn it? McKee to Gould to Bea, easy as 6-4-3, and that ends the game and gives Leroy Green their first ever section championship. They win a thriller, 9-7.
It was intense when they came back and put that 4 spot. I think in the 4th or the 5th, I was nervous, but then we came back and got the win. It feels amazing, you know what I'm saying? Now we on the state.
Stanford Medicine brings us great advice for athletes each week.
Here's Dr. Joseph Donnelly with this week's health tip.
A healthy and balanced diet provides many benefits, including increased muscle strength and endurance. But more recently, we are developing an understanding of the importance of sleep and its effect on an athlete. Recent sports medicine studies suggest that a lack of sleep can put the athlete at higher risk for musculoskeletal injury, as well as an increase in the intensity and length of post-concussion symptoms. With schoolwork, sports, friends, and family all requiring time out of the day for a student athlete, it is sleep that is often sacrificed. Having a consistent sleep schedule and even a 30-minute nap during the day will help your athletic performance.
Coming up, we'll see Oak Ridge and Inderkum play for the Division I section title in softball.
But first, take a look at our Sac Joaquin section softball poll presented by Tracy Toyota.
very friendly staff made us feel welcome.
Definitely the dealer I would recommend.
Tracy Toyota understands that our reputation of trust makes a difference, and our reviews prove. We're with you all the way. Our customers are so happy with their buying experience, they proudly show it online. We even certify our used cars with an included warranty. During the Summer Starts Here sales event, get 3.99% on select new models. Tracy Toyota, with you all the way.
Right now, my electrical bill is about $10 a month.
This is definitely one of the best investments we did in our house.
All over the country, people are taking control over their electric bills by going solar with SunPower. We offer the most efficient, durable panels on the market, so you can see a return on your investment every month.
I was paying $220 a month. Now I pay about $22 a month.
Right now, 49ers faithful get a $1,000 Visa reward card from SunPower. Go online today.
Swung on a drive to deep right field. Isan Diaz has won this game. Johnson near the track, on the track, leaps up, and Bryce Johnson. Right field just looking up. It's marked and it is gone. What a blast from Gonzalez.
We saw Indercom softball upset top-seeded Pleasant Grove earlier in the show, the Tigers making it all the way to the Division I title game as the 5th seed. Riley Trujillo and Samantha Stahl are the two aces on the Tigers pitching staff. Trujillo going to UNLV, Stahl headed to UC Santa Barbara.
Third-seeded Oak Ridge upset second-seeded Granite Bay. Freshman catcher Brooklyn Parator with 3 hits and 2 RBIs in that semifinal game. She leads the Trojans with a .515 batting average. The Division I softball title game played between Indercom and Oak Ridge at Sacramento State.
Yes, indeed, the D1 final at Sac State, Oak Ridge and Indercom for all the marbles. The Trojans looking for a record 10th banner, Indy seeking its first. Top 2 we go. First and third for Emily Jacobus. A sac fly to center field will score Aubrey Rios from third, and Indy takes a 1-0 lead after 2 innings. Oak Ridge answers in the bottom of the third. The Trojans have all kinds of freshmen who can play. Emery Glazer is one of them. She sends a run home, but she's thrown out trying to stretch it to a triple. That ends the third, all knotted at 1. Top 5 we go. Tigers with the bases packed. Mickey Garcia draws a walk to bring home Bella Jimenez with the go-ahead run, and it's 2-1 Tigers. Indy threatening again in the 7th, but the aptly named Trojan shortstop Carly Short with a 6-3 double play. Last chance for Oak Ridge now. First and third for Gia Almont. It pays to have speed. She beats out an infield single and brings in the tying run. The winning run is on second now for Jessica Zelani. It's a game-winning hit. Or is it? Left fielder Mia Garcia comes up firing and nails the runner at the plate. A season-saving play to force extra innings. But the Trojans would have another chance to win it in the 8th. The winning run is on third, and you know, you just can't spell Oak Ridge without the Ridge. Maddie Ridge, that is. The junior delivers a 2-out championship walk-off single, and Oak Ridge claims its 10th Sac Joaquin section banner. Nobody has more than the Trojans.
It was crazy. I saw that pitch come in and I just knew, like, I was so ready for that pitch to come. And then the whole team, you know, I wasn't really sure at first. I hit it and then I saw it go over and I was just like kind of frozen in my place, like we really just did it.
Lincoln freshman swimmer Jesse Miller has walked with pain nearly his entire life because of a disability.
But as Brian Mueller tells us, a life-changing decision has given Jesse new perspective and opportunity both in and out of the water.
For Jesse Miller, the water brings out an inner peace.
It's kind of calming, just swimming in the water.
But tranquility was a foreign notion for Jesse as a young child.
I was born in China, in Beijing, where I was in an orphanage and that.
When Jesse was 2, he was adopted by Lynn Miller, the second child she had adopted from China. 13 years later, she still remembers the first day she spent with her son.
That first morning he woke up and it was like he looked around and knew that he was no longer in an orphanage and that everything was going to be okay. And that moment will always be with me.
But Lynn knew it wouldn't all be smooth sailing for Jesse. He was born with a condition called club foot, which made walking difficult and painful.
We planned family vacations around where we could swim, where we could go snorkeling, where the beach was, where he didn't have to walk very far because walking more than a block was painful. At this point, Jesse's never hiked, he's never played. He played with dolls at recess with the little girls because he couldn't go out and play with the boys.
As Jesse got older, they tried a number of methods like casting to stretch out his feet, as well as surgeries.
I just kind of continued doing it, trying to see if something would change or get better. Didn't really, it mostly just kind of made it more difficult in the long run after.
Jesse had been in an extended period of casting, like 10 casts, and he was literally banging them on the floor, crying, and trying to claw them off. And I was like, this has got to stop. You gotta know when to say when.
2 years ago, with their options exhausted, amputation became the answer. The only way for Jesse to live a life without pain.
I didn't really know what I was going into in the long run because I didn't know what I would be feeling or like if I would have pain.
The day of the first amputation, I didn't know if I needed to take it back or not. You know, you still are second guessing. The doctor came out and said he did beautifully, and I'm like, did I do the right thing? And he's like, yes, you did. He's gonna be fine.
Jesse can live a normal life for the first time since being fitted with prosthetics. And even though he no longer has feet, he feels like he has a leg up in life.
Since I can do regular things as a fully able person could do, I don't really think I'm disabled.
While Jesse had a new spring in his step, swimming was like jumping in the deep end.
It was like teaching Jesse to swim all over again. He really struggled with that. He struggled a little bit with body image on the pool deck.
Just had to mainly focus on all upper body and mainly use my legs for balance when swimming.
Lincoln swim coach Justin Patterson has helped Jesse navigate the waters in his freshman year on the team.
We've been modifying like our drills and our workouts to make sure we are doing what's best for him.
Just a year after his second amputation, Jesse made a splash on the biggest stage. 3 weeks ago, he became the first swimmer in Lincoln history to make states, finishing second in the 100-yard freestyle Paralympic final.
He dropped, about 7 seconds off of his best time this year. He set a goal to beat, the kid next to him, and he did.
Standing on that podium may not have been Jesse's biggest victory that day. The national U.S. Paralympic coach was at the meet in Clovis and spoke with Jesse about training with them one day.
Yeah, it was just a nice talk. I look forward to doing national in the future. Yeah, I could be the Olympics. That's what I aim for, and I will hopefully get in it.
If Jesse wants it, Jesse doesn't let anything stand in his way. If Jesse says he's going to go to the Olympics, he's going to bring home gold, because Jesse's not going to let anything stop him.
With everything Jesse has overcome to get to this point, I'd say that statement holds water. Reporting in Lincoln, Brian Mueller, 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
Jesse and Lynn want to thank Shriners Hospital for helping them through the surgeries and making Jesse's transition to his new legs as smooth as possible.
Fantastic. All right, coming up, we head back to Sac City for our Mattress Firm Perfect Match, the Division II Championship with Granite Bay and Rio Americano.
Then it's St. Mary's and Whitney in the semifinals. This is 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
Sally was born to be a champion. She knows that all conversations start with making the right connections. A talent that Sally continues to use today at Service Champions Heating and Air, where you'll always talk to a live champion. We're now offering $88 AC tune-ups with a free water heater safety inspection. Call 800-5-CHAMPS.
Sac-Hi Sports is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Stanford Medicine, #1 in Northern California for orthopedics, and by SunPower, a proud sponsor of the San Francisco 49ers.
The Mattress Firm Perfect Match taking place at Sac City College for the Division II title. It is a battle between two unlikely teams. Granite Bay making it to the final game as the 7th seed. The Grizzlies knocking out 3rd-seeded Wood Creek in the semifinal. Ben Straw batting .371 heading into the title game.
Rio Americano took down top-seeded Pittman as the 4th seed. Sam Marr leads the Raiders with a .495 batting average and 25 RBI. Each week we find a perfect match on the field, just like Mattress Firm helps you find a mattress that is your perfect match. The title game between Granite Bay and Rio Americano is this week's Mattress Firm Perfect Match. Rio Americano, the 4th seed in Division II, taking on the 7th seed Granite Bay. And in the top of the first, the Grizzlies have something cooking. Runner on second for Cody Ferrante, and Cody with a base hit up the middle. It scores Timmy Reed, and the Grizzlies score in the first 2 batters of the game. Bottom of the second, it's the same score. Jonathan Pierce barrels a ball down the right field line. It gets buried into the corner. Jonathan must go back to second, but he has a ground rule double. Tying run is now at second base, but Grizzly starter Jack Gouffran gets the strikeout to end the inning. He has 4 through 2 innings. The Grizzlies in the top of the 6th have runners at the corners. Jace Bystrowski hits a hard ball, and it gets through the infield. Ferrante scores from 3rd base, and Jace extends the Grizzly lead. Next batter is Chase Bentley. He goes to the opposite field, but in comes Kyle Wirtz. The diving catch ends the inning. Fast forward to the bottom of the 7th, GB up by 3. Gouffran throws 96 pitches and gets his 10th strikeout of the game to end it. A little delayed celebration with a drop 3rd strike, but an epic celebration nonetheless. The Grizzlies earn title number 3 for the baseball program, and here is the team after the game. And these are the Division II section champs.
Let's go, baby, let's go!
All right,
let's go, baby!
We have to talk to Jack. Jack, 10 strikeouts, 7 innings of shutout baseball. What does it mean to do that on this stage?
I mean, it was amazing, but I wouldn't have it any other way with my boys right here. I couldn't have done without them. I mean, strikeouts are, yeah, but I had my defense behind my back the entire game, so it was amazing.
Now, Timmy, you guys play in a super tough league. To be able to get here, after the season you had, what does it say about your boys?
It's just like we came together, we were brothers, so it just shows how much of a family we are, and it just stuck throughout the end, so thank you guys, man.
Jace, what does it mean to not only be able to take home a section title, but also you guys get a shot at a NorCal title as well?
It feels great. At the start of the season, we went down. We lost a few games in a row. No one thought we were going to be here. But I mean, why not the Grizzlies? Why not the Grizzlies?
You heard him. Why not? They took it home. Congrats, guys.
It's a couple of great D2 teams meeting up in softball. St. Mary's and Whitney, they know each other oh so well in baseball. Time to get after in softball. Rams on the attack early. Ariel Nava laces a gap in the right center. That falls maybe for a double, but Nava kicks into gear and gets a walk-in triple. And then Destiny Garcia grounds to short. Too hot to handle for Alyssa Flint, but the Wildcats stay with it. Just get the out to end the inning. Bottom half of the inning now, Nava can do it as well in the circle, getting the frozen pizza to end the inning. Nava, she's a great pitcher. In the bottom of the 4th, Whitney has Robin Ristori and Alyssa Jeffrey on the bases. And at the plate is Sarah O'Day, who fights off 7 pitches. And on the 8th, she's able to muscle up and deliver a single to right. That brings in 2 Wildcats from Whitney, and they lead it 2-0. In the 5th inning, Whitney in a bit of a bind, and St. Mary's has 2 on and 2 outs. But Duncan comes through with a strikeout to Looking. That ends the inning. In the 6th inning now, Whitney looking for that insurance run. They got Ristori on second. Jeffrey grounds to third. Alyssa Garcia, she gets it over to Destiny Garcia for the out. Then they throw down to the third for the double play. Inning over. Top of the 7th, Ram chasing 2. Rhea Rascone starts the inning off with a shot that goes to the wall and left. Rascone with a double, and the tying run comes to the plate. Kennedy Digman with a high chopper to Flint. She goes to Madeline Novello for the out. Then she fires at third. Kitchen puts the tag on for the double play, and that would just about do it as the Cats get past the Rams and will now take on top seed Vacaville. Highlights later in the show, but I leave you with this.
We went in knowing this girl pitches rise balls and then she'll work in the drop ball. So I was trying to stay off the high pitch. I was just that whole at bat, I was just ready. I knew a pitch was coming that I could hit. I had those 8 pitches. I think I swung at most of them. I was just ready and I knew I was going to get that hit.
Our defense making the amazing plays in the outfield, Bree with that last catch to end the game. Even our dugout, like with those hits and all the past the bat hits, our dugout was going crazy. It was amazing.
Service Champions Heating and Air Conditioning is shining a spotlight on athletes who excel in their sport and give back to their schools.
This week's Service Champions Student Spotlight is Serenity Souza from Wheatland. Serenity is a softball, basketball, and volleyball player. She is a member of the Athletic Council and does a bunch of volunteer work for her community. Serenity will play and learn next season at Utah State. Serenity Souza from Wheatland, this week's Service Champions Student Spotlight.
Coming up, the Division 7 title game with top-seeded Turlock Christian facing Ripon Christian.
Then it's Vista Del Lago and Ponderosa in playoff softball. You're watching 49ers Sac-Hi Sports. Turlock Christian making it back to the title game. The Eagles are the defending Division 7 champs, led once again by cousins Rob York and Gavin Farina. Farina with a .12 ERA, and York hasn't given up an earned run all season long.
Great pitching. Ripon Christian taking home section titles in both football and basketball this season. The Knights now competing for a section title in baseball. Eli Terpsma was on both of those championships teams. He'll look for title number 3 this year. The game played at Islanders Ballpark on Tuesday.
Tracy area sports coverage is presented by Tracy Toyota off Freeway 205 in Tracy, with you all the way. Heading back to Islanders Ballpark, Rob York and his Turlock Christian Eagles taking the field. His cousin Gavin gets the start, and Farina was dominant in the first inning, getting 2 batters to strike out in the top of the inning. 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Rob York barrels a ball to left field, and it one-hops the fence. York is in there with a double. Rob then gets to second on a pass ball and scores on a wild pitch. Turlock Christian, the 1 seed, is the first on the board, leading 1-0 after 1. And the Eagles threatening in the bottom of the second. Bases are loaded for Bo Blake. A chopper down the third base line, and that one gets into the grass. Caden Aldrin and Xavier Ruesga score on the play. Turlock Christian takes the 3-0 lead. Farina still is not allowed to hit through 3. Grant Sonke with a short fly ball to center. That's going to be the first hit for the Knights. Ruesga recovers, throws a dime to York at second and gets the out to end the inning. A big play there to keep RC off the board. Eli Terpsma coming in to pitch in the bottom of the 4th. He strikes out the side. The Knights down 3-1 in the top of the 5th. Logan Sauer with 1 out hits a high fly ball to the opposite field. That one falls. Sauer gets 3 bases out of it. He has the stand-up triple, only the 2nd hit of the day for the Knights. And RC has a game plan. Sonke drops the bunt. It's a suicide squeeze, and Sauer dives in safely. It is now a 1-run ball game. Next batter is Terpsma. It's another squeeze. Eli with a perfect bunt as Sonke races home, and this game is all knotted up at 3. The Knights stick to what's working. This time it's Luke Crivello, the bunt. Dustin Hookstra slides in safely. Ripon Christian puts up a 5 spot to take the 5-3 lead. And in the top of the 6th, Ripon Christian cushions that lead as Terpsma smacks a base hit up the middle, scoring Sonke. And Hookstra delivers the dagger, a base hit through the left side, scores Justin Severson, and Terpsma. Ripon Christian scores 10 runs in 2 innings. Terpsma with a section title in football and basketball. Now he can add baseball. He throws 5 innings, striking out 7, and this one ends on a pop-up to Severson. The Division 7 title goes to Ripon Christian, and we talked to Eli Terpsma after the game on winning his 3rd section title.
It's been pretty special. We've been working on it for a long time. A lot of us have been together in a bunch of sports since like 6th grade. I've been going to school with half these guys since kindergarten, and it's just been a special time at Ripon Christian.
Ponderosa looking to take down Vista Del Lago, the defending section champions in the Division 3 semifinals Tuesday. Brent Escobar kicks off the highlights with a highlight reel play at third base. No score until the bottom of the 3rd. Tatum Silva slaps the ball to the opposite field, and it splits the outfielders. Silva into second with the double. 2 batters later, Chase Mueller drops a base hit into left field. Silva scoring from third base. The Bruins are the first on the board. They lead it 1-0. And that is the score until the 6th inning. Top of the 6th, Olivia Manchester hits a deep fly ball to left center and it one-hops the fence. Allison Morrissey thinks about going home. She stays at third, and that is a double for our North Scholar Athlete of the Year. 2 in scoring position for Charlie Sac-Hi, a deep fly ball to center field, and that one falls. In comes Morrissey and Manchester, back-to-back doubles as Vista Del Lago now has the 2-1 lead. Here's Riley Dossie, a pop-up down the right field line. Ellie Escobar makes the catch, but the speedy Charlie Sac-Hi scores on the sac fly. It is now 3-1 Vista Del Lago, and the Eagles looking for more, but there is a great catch from Iris Perez in right field, snagging the liner, so it is 3-1 Eagles, leading in the bottom of the 7th. Here's Perez, and it is a shot to left field. It soars over the fielder's head. Grace Lanuet goes from first to third on the play thanks to the clutch shot from Perez. The tying run is now at second base. Molly McFarland with the slap. The ball is thrown away at first base, allowing 2 runs to come in to score, and this game is tied at 3. McFarland eventually making it to third. She's the go-ahead run. Whitney Montoya, the slap down the third baseline, and that will do it. McFarland comes racing in, and Montoya delivers. Ponderosa wins in walk-off fashion and takes down the defending section champs for a shot at their own section title. We'll see Central Catholic and Ponderosa play for that D3 title later in the show.
Coming up, our second SunPower Electric game. It's the Division III championship with Pioneer and Central Catholic.
Then it's the Raiders softball team in the championship against Ponderosa. You're watching 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
Brought your baseball glove to basketball practice, but turned out to be football practice? Game on, junk sleep. During Mattress Firm's Memorial Day sale, get a king for the price of a queen or a queen for a twin and save up to $700. Plus, get a free adjustable base. Shop now at Mattress Firm, the official sleep partner of the San Francisco 49ers.
Introducing Clover Sonoma Organic Blue Moon Milk. A holistic daily ritual made with blueberries and lavender for relaxation. Love yourself to the moon and back with Clover Sonoma Moon Milk.
Welcome back to Levi Stadium. Both the baseball and softball teams from Central Catholic making it to the Division III title game. We start with the baseball matchup as our second SunPower Electric game tonight.
That's right. The Raiders with a 28-1 record taking on the 23-4 Pioneer Patriots. Here is Nick Pecoraro at Islanders Ballpark on Thursday night for our second SunPower Electric game.
Electric game.
Nick Pecoraro here at beautiful Islanders Field in Lathrop, and man, it all comes down to tonight. The Division III Section Championship is on the line on our SunPower Electric game. The 4th-seeded Pioneer Patriots of Woodland set a school record with 23 wins, including 16 straight to catapult them into the playoffs. Sophomores Landon Daylor and Luke Ferreira have begun to heat up during the postseason, and senior Carson Timothy gets the ball, hoping to bring home a 3rd section banner for the Patriots. 3rd-seeded Central Catholic of Modesto is led by our South Baseball Player of the Year, Braxton Thomas, and his section leading 12 homers. Joel Roberts is hitting .411 for the Raiders, and Tyler Wentworth hits the mound as Central Catholic looks to become the winningest baseball program in Sac Joaquin section history. Electric is the perfect way to describe this SunPower Electric game. Here we go, bottom 1. Did we mention this guy is our South Player of the Year? If not, I'm going to remind you one more time. Braxton Thomas with his 13th dinger of the year. That makes it 1-0 Raiders early on. Bottom 4 we go. A rough inning defensively for Pioneer. A.J. Miligi sneaks one past the second baseman. The unearned run makes it 2-0 CC. And Wentworth cruising through 6 with one of his 12 strikeouts. Raiders trying to close it out in the 7th, still up 2-0, but Patriot senior Ryan Pearson sparks a rally with a leadoff single. The next 2 batters follow with hits, and we've got the bases loaded with nobody out. Hayden Newsom hits a chopper. That one eats up the first baseman, and Pioneer gets on the board, and it's 2-1. Bases still loaded for the next batter. It's Jack Cullison, who skies one out to right. That's plenty deep enough to score Nico Rodriguez with the tying run. Bottom 7 now. A.J. Miligi gives this ball a ride to deep left, but Rolando Ramos is there with a leaping grab. Great play to start the inning. Winning run at second now for CC, but Pioneer starter Carson Timothy was a warrior on the mound. One of his 11 strikeouts forces extras. Bottom 9. Winning run again on second. Wentworth with a shot, but Jack Cullison with a great play to get the force at second. But Braxton Thomas moves to third and represents the winning run for Adrian Garcia, who pitched 1 1/3 scoreless in relief in extras, and he walks it off at the plate to give Central Catholic its 12th blue banner. The Raiders now sit at the top with the most in section history.
It was crazy. I mean, TP, 7, 8 innings, whatever it was, hard. Just coming out for our guys, just leaving it all on the field, it just felt great.
Man, Agar's a dog. He makes plays. He's going to play somewhere in college, and I'm excited to see where he's going, and he really showed it tonight what he can do.
From our SunPower Electric game, Nick Pecoraro, 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
Brian Mueller here for the D3 final Saturday at Cosumnes River College. 2-seed Ponderosa facing top seed Central Catholic. It's been a while since either one of these teams took home a section banner. Top 2 runner on for Ellie Escobar. She serves it into right center. Brent Escobar is going for home, and she will make it 1-0 Bruins. Meanwhile, Anna Niles was keeping the Raiders at bay, gets a strikeout to end the third. Randy Rolling also got in a groove, answering with a K of her own the next inning. Bottom 4, it's a liner to first, but it's my long-lost cousin, Chase Mueller, getting up there to snag it. Niles hasn't allowed a hit through 4, but in the 5th, Emery Machado hits it to short. She can fly and beats the throw to first to break the ice for the Raiders. But Niles will get out of it with a grounder to second. Escobar steers it along to first for out number 3. Top 6, let's keep the focus on second base. Jasmarie Roberts dives and takes it on the short hop, gets the out at first. Outstanding play to close out the frame. Bottom 6, rolling up with a runner on first, and she drives this to left, and the Raiders are set up with second and third, 2 out. Ponderosa would intentionally walk the next hitter to load the bases. Next batter, it's a drive to left, but not deep enough. Whitney Montoya underneath it, and the Bruins are 3 outs away. But in the 7th, Central Catholic has the tying run at first with 2 out. Grounder to third, Molly McFarland to Mueller, and Ponderosa has won their first section championship since the Carter administration, 1980. A 3-hitter for Niles, and the Bruins win a nail-biter 1-0.
We had a game plan coming in, and then we just stuck to it and just kind of knew that, okay, they got on base, it's no big deal. Trust the defense behind me.
Coming up, the Division II softball final with Whitney and Vacaville.
Then the Division IV title game with Capital Christian and Dixon. 49ers Sac-Hi Sports will be right back. The top 2 seeds in the Division II softball bracket making it all the way to the championship game. Vacaville has been dominant all season long. The Bulldogs with a 29-1 season record. Senior San Jose State commit Michaela Freshour batting .525 on the year with 37 RBI and 6 homers.
That's right. In Vacaville, the 1 seed, Whitney, the 2 seed. The Wildcats with a very young team junior, Maya Flint, committed to the University of South Carolina. 2 talented teams facing off for the Division II section title on Saturday.
Sochia Taide takes the mound, looking for Vacaville's 6th section title in program history. Whitney looking for number 2. Tylee Kitchen was hot in the box from the very jump. She lines the ball to the opposite field, eventually getting to second on the stand-up double. But Taide catches the next batter looking, and it is scoreless. Bottom of the 2nd, Layla Dean grabs herself an extra base hit. The Bulldogs' lone freshman pulls the ball down the left field line, and Vacaville is in business with 1 out. But Hannah Duncan would also get past that extra base hit. Duncan with the strikeout. It remains a 0-0 ball game. Top of the 3rd, Whitney up 1-0 with 1 on when Maya Flint says, "See you later." The University of South Carolina commit with her 7th bomb of the year. Then Tylee Kitchen on the very next pitch grabs her 7th homer as well. Kylie going dead center. Kylie a sophomore, Maya a junior. These Cats will be good for a long while. 2 on, Vacaville threatening in the bottom of the 3rd. Michaela Freshour hits a dribbler to first, and it takes a tricky hop. This is Bella Harper scoring from second on the air, and the Bulldogs are on the board. It is 4-1. But the Cats aren't done yet. Flint with a runner on third smacks a line drive to left center. It is 7-1 Cats after the inning. Vacaville with plenty of talent to overcome that deficit, but Duncan was just lights out. That is her 12th strikeout, and then this is how it ends. Whitney wins the Division II section title behind the 2-hit gem from Duncan and the 4 RBI day for Flint. Congrats to the Cats.
Over to the Division IV finals, the 3rd-seeded Capital Christian Cougars take on the top-seed Dixon Rams. And the Rams got off to a rocky start. Bases loaded for the Cougars. Alana Tua takes ball 4, forcing a run in. Ella Magna touches home. The next batter is Brianna Johnson, who takes the pitch off her arm. Johnson takes her base. Ayla Tua comes in to score. Just like that, Capital Christian goes up 2-0. Next batter is Abigail Ray, who grounds the third. Everybody's safe. Haley Alkiri scores from third, and the Cougars lead it 3-0. Bottom one, Audrey Graham for Dixon on third. A pass ball sends Graham home, but she's called out at home as Ayla Tua puts on the tag, and the Cougars get out of a jam. Bottom of the second inning, 2 on for Dixon as Olivia Gomez dumps the pitch into shallow center for a hit. Cameron Elliott and Emily Morse come in to score, and everyone's safe. It's a 1-run game. Top of the 5th now, Capital Christian has Savannah Newman on third, and a ground ball by Alana Tua is too hot to handle. Newman is in, and it's a 4-2 Cougars lead. Bottom of the 6th, Ashley Garcia on second. Elliott drops down a sweet bunt and beats it out for a hit. And Garcia does not stop running as she scores on the plate. Rams down 1. But that's as close as they would come as Capital Christian gets the last out. For the first time in school history, they are the softball section champions, holding on to win it. 4-3 is the ball game. The Cougars are the D4 champs.
So excited. My team and I, we definitely pulled through. We fought the whole game. It's an opportunity that only comes once, and I'm so glad I had my girls behind me. I'm so thankful for this team. This is literally the team that I love so much. They're all my children, and it feels great to be beside them.
Coming up, we'll choose the Sacramento River Cats Play of the Week. This could be the Play of the Week.
But first, take a look at our Sac Joaquin Section Top 10 Baseball Poll presented by Tracy Toyota.
It's time to announce the Sacramento River Cats Play of the Week.
First off, we'll show you some contenders and then name the Sacramento River Cats Play of the Week.
Play of the Week.
We start with Iris Perez. She makes a shoestring grab. Look at that play. It's Rio Americano's Kyle Wirtz, the diving catch to end the inning out in center field. But the play of the week's going to go to these guys. It's Leroy Green's Eddie Ames throwing down to first base off the pop-up slide. But check out another great play for the first baseman, Taya Baya. He goes, hey-ya, stays on the bag to get the out. Eddie and Tyson, you get the River Cats Play of the Week.
That is the River Cats Play of the Week, and that is 49ers Sac-Hi Sports for this week. Thanks for watching. I'm Aubrey Tolliver.
And I'm Robert Bronstein. Next week, we'll have the final show of the season, highlighting all of our spring players of the year and NorCal playoffs in baseball and softball. We'll see you there.